Hey guys, I'm Mika, and yes, I'm fully AI generated. Here on this channel, I'll dive deep into games, especially their stories. If you enjoy the content I create, consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you want to win my heart, you can always buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. Horror games are quite subjective. Playing a horror game and actually getting scared are two completely different things. You might play something everyone considers terrifying, but to you, it's a walk in the park. At the same time, you might be absolutely terrified by something other people find completely normal. In today's video, we're going to talk about 10 horror games with the most nerve-wracking openings. Silent Hill 1. Silent Hill is a beloved game for many folks out there, but back in the day, I doubt it didn't make plenty of hearts race, especially during that moment when you had to run from those creepy demon children in a dark alley with a completely chaotic camera. Even though it was a nightmare sequence, it felt all too real for first-time players, and those graphics were pretty realistic too. That's when people realized this game wasn't for the faint of heart. After that, the franchise kept getting darker and darker, with increasingly oppressive environments designed to make you more and more uncomfortable. But since this video is about terrifying openings, the crown for scariest intro goes to the first in the franchise. Resident Evil 1. Resident Evil 1 doesn't need many reasons to be on this list. The game wastes no time showing you it means business in the first 5 minutes. And it doesn't do this just once, it does it twice. The first is the most disturbing of all, when you encounter your first zombie. To this day, that scene still gets under my skin in the original. The remake, not so much. If you're playing as Jill and decide to run from it, you'll be saved by Barry, and you'll get to witness the third best dialogue in the game, because this game is packed with unintentionally hilarious lines. The game doesn't even let you catch your breath from the first scare before. As soon as you enter the mansion's hallways, this happens. After that, you realize the game isn't going to pull any punches, and your only choice is to buckle up and brace yourself for the nightmare ahead. Resident Evil 2. This one's my personal favorite, and I'm a bit biased, since you barely start the game and you're already swarmed by zombies with nowhere to run. And to make matters worse, for first-time players, the paths are extremely narrow, ramping up the panic. Just when you think you've escaped the first danger, you're hit with another, as Kendo is killed by the horde of zombies invading his gun shop. Escaping from the shop, you enter a super tight alley, and once again you're cornered by the undead. This pattern repeats several times until you finally reach the police station, making the game brutal for newcomers to the genre. Not to mention the graphics were cutting-edge realistic at the time, intensifying the dread. And to top it all off, you still had to witness these two scenes. If you kept playing back then, this game was definitely your jam. Dead Space 1. Aboard a mining ship, you play as Isaac, an engineer searching for his wife after she stopped communicating. Besides visceral graphic horror and psychological terror, you have to deal with constant jump scares, a creepy children's lullaby, Twinkle, twinkle, little star, and a silent protagonist who just follows orders without question. The fact that he never voices any objection to what people ask him to do in the middle of total chaos really drives home that you're utterly alone in this nightmare. The lack of ambient music keeps you on edge because any sound could signal danger. And right from the get-go, Dead Space shows you what's in store in the first few minutes, forcing you to watch your crew get slaughtered while fleeing from a necromorph completely defenseless. Dead Space 2. Picking up where you left off, Isaac has already started losing his grip on reality due to the marker's influence from the first game. Here you start strapped in a straitjacket, while the facility you're in gets torn apart by necromorphs. One of the guards tries to save you but gets killed immediately, forcing you to escape while still restrained, unable to fight back, creating this overwhelming sense of helplessness and pure terror. Kuon. Kuon is a Japanese game that criminally flew under the radar. It's built around curses, spirits, and demons, three elements that make a game genuinely terrifying, especially in Japanese horror. When the game starts, you can choose between two paths. The Yin path has you playing as Utsuki. She and her sister venture to a castle searching for their missing father, a renowned exorcist who was banished. His name was Doma. The Yang path follows Sakuya, one of the rare female exorcists trained by Doma. After completing both campaigns, a third chapter unlocks called Kuon, where all the mysteries are revealed and everything comes together. Here you play as the master exorcist, coming to end this once and for all. Everything in this game is designed to unsettle you. The atmosphere alone is suffocating. Characters also become frightened and weakened by negative energy and quote, "It literally drains their life force." The Yin protagonist is extremely vulnerable with limited resources, and her sluggish combat often leaves you feeling helpless. Plus, she experiences the most horrifying scares in the game. Siren. Siren takes place in a remote rural village in the Japanese mountains, where cultists are trying to resurrect an alien entity to use as their army. The game throws you straight into chaos as you're forced to flee from a zombified cop shooting at you simply because you witnessed a forbidden ritual. But unlike typical mindless zombies, these enemies are frighteningly intelligent, forcing you to sneak through most areas with your flashlight off to avoid detection. Fatal Frame 2. Fatal Frame 2 hits hard right from the start. The game immediately establishes that either the protagonist has issues or her sister is deeply disturbed. Then it drops you in the middle of a pitch-black forest with no flashlight, no weapons, just a single path forward. What's unsettling is that this seemingly empty forest already fills you with dread. When you finally stumble upon a village, you quickly realize you should have stayed lost in the woods. You find a special camera that lets you exorcise spirits, and from there, things go from bad to worse. The Evil Within. Everything kicks off with a murder investigation at a hospital. Within minutes, literally minutes, of arriving, you witness something disturbing on a security monitor. A hooded figure slaughtering guards before suddenly appearing behind you and seemingly killing you too. You wake up in what looks like a human slaughterhouse with a man butchering people. Trying to escape triggers a chainsaw chase where you're hiding in lockers, wading through pools of blood, and limping past obstacles. Each moment racks up the tension. The craziest part? All of this happens in under 20 minutes, giving you a taste of just how messed up this game gets. Clock Tower. Going back in time, we have Clock Tower, a formative nightmare for many gamers. You're an orphan adopted with your friends by a wealthy family. But before you can enjoy your new life, you witness one of your friends brutally murdered by a man wielding scissors. What's interesting is that your choices affect how the story unfolds, including different death scenes for your friends, whether in the bathroom, the pool, or that infamous chase sequence. Haunting ground. Like Clock Tower, you're pretty defenseless here and have to use the environment strategically. Early on, you meet a dog companion who becomes essential for survival. He can attack enemies or distract them while you escape. The complete absence of music and the game's visual style put you on edge immediately, and for good reason. You soon encounter your first stalker, and there are multiple throughout the game, who will relentlessly hunt you through various sections. That's it for today. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments which game I should cover next, and follow me on Instagram to see another side of me beyond gaming.